Hi everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel's Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my addiction to cross stitching and everything that goes with it, including collecting patterns and supplies. Today is Monday the 20th of March 2023 and it is Flosstube number 24. It is my Flossiversary edition since I started Flosstube on the 21st of March last year. So it's been 12 months that I've been doing this and it has been great. I've made a lot of friends. I have got to know quite a few of you through comments and stuff like that. So it has been good. It has been a good journey. And hopefully we've got quite a few years to go. Anyway, if you are a returning viewer, thank you very, very much for coming back and checking in and seeing what I have got to show you for this week. And if you are a new viewer, thank you for coming over. I hope you like what you see and you continue to check in with me every fortnight when I make a video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, hit the little bell so you get a notification when I put up a new video. Alright guys, let's get straight into this and get started, shall we? So this fortnightly rotation, I worked on 7 of my projects. I didn't work on one of them because I had to work 2 nights in this fortnight, so that sort of cut into my stitching. So I only missed out on one project this fortnight. Alright, the first one that I worked on was this one. I call it Adventure Awaits. It is by an Etsy seller, 2x2 stitch art on Etsy. I will, if I've still got the link, I will link it down below. So that is what it will look like once it is finished. Let me find it. I'll put up a picture of where it was before, and this is where I am up to now. So I'm pretty sure I've filled in a lot of this up here. Alright, so I worked on this for only the one day and I got 800 stitches into it. These are very easy to stitch on. They've only got 4 or 5 colours in them and you can get a bit of stitching in one day. So that is where that one's up to. It's coming along nicely. Once I finish it, I will move on to the 3rd one in the series and then I'll finish them off. The next one that I worked on was Sun Susie. It is by Long Dog Samplers, of course. And that is what it will look like when it is finished. Oops. And this is what it looks like now. So as you can see, I've put it into a Nerge hoop. I will be buying more of these. These are great. I do love my Q-snaps, but these Nerge frames are absolutely amazing as well. They're so lightweight and you can get quite a bit into one of these. This is the 220 mil by 195 mil, so I think it's like 7 by 8 inch frame, and these are great. I've got 2 of them now, but I will be buying more. So yeah, this is where I'm up to. As you can see, I've finished off down this side. Starting to work in this little bit of purple in here, and I'll be doing it down in here too. I'll finish off the back stitch and then I'll move the frame. So that is where we're up to on that one. It is, I only worked on this for 1 day as well, and I've got 900 stitches into it. It is being worked 2 over 1. Words are really hard for me today, obviously. 2 over 1 using Silks for You floss, and it is being stitched on 18 count white 8er. So that is that one. Didn't stitch on that one. The next one I worked on was my advent calendar. I haven't got this cover photo laminated yet. I worked on this advent calendar. This is also an Etsy store. Just trying to think of the name. I think I've got it on the bag. Let me have a look. The Etsy store is called Art Inspirate. So instead of doing them all together in the square, I am doing them individually so I can make them into little ornaments to hang on my tree. Alright, now I only had 3 of them done last time. Got hair stitched into it. And now I have 4 and 5 done. So I think I finished off 3, which is a little angel, and now I've got 4 and 5 done. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. As I said, each little square is approximately 500 stitches. So yeah, and these are just being stitched on 16 count 8er that I hand dyed myself, just little off-cut fabric pieces that I dyed, and yeah, thought I'd make use of them by stitching these ornaments. So that's that. I'm hoping to get at least 2 of them done a day. What am I talking about? Getting 2 of them done a month, because there is 25 of them, and obviously there's only 12 months to the year, and I would like to have them done for Christmas so I can hang them on my tree when I do Flossmas. So fingers crossed I will achieve that goal. Sorry, I'm distracted. One of my horses is just out the window here. Yeah, rightio. So the next one that I stitched on was this one. Waterhole Masters, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is David Penfound. And this is just the normal version. It's not supersized, it's not max color. It is just the regular version. That's what it'll look like. And get a picture of where it was. and this is where I'm up to now. So I have filled in this grass or whatever it is above the zebras, and I've started to fill in the back of the zebras and started to fill in their stripes. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,300 stitches into it. It is being stitched on 18 count Ada, also 2/1. I do everything 2/1 full cross. So yeah, that's coming along nicely, I think. I did start in the middle, so, and I mean, honestly, with this one, it wouldn't have really mattered where you started. You're going to reach a focal point of the piece no matter where you started, but I always start in the middle. So yeah, that is coming along nicely. It is really easy to stitch on at the moment. That's why I'm getting some big numbers with it. I haven't reached any major confetti yet, but I'm waiting to hit that. Being a hay design, I'm waiting to hit some major confetti sooner or later. Alright, so my next one that I stitched on was this one, Mini Top Frog, also a Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Jodie Bergsma. Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, and Judy, North Island, no, that's Nicole. Judy, an Aussie in a Kiwi world, both doing this as well, but they're doing the max colour version, whereas mine is just the normal version, Mini Top Frog. Oh my god, there is hair everywhere. My partner and my son are always complaining about getting hair caught around their toes because apparently I molt like a dog. As you can see, even got a bit of hair laminated onto the back of this back of that cover photo, so it gets everywhere. That's why I generally have it tied up most of the time. Couldn't have really been bothered this morning, but it is starting to get a little bit warm. We're meant to be getting to about 34 degrees Celsius again today, so I think I will tie it up a bit once I've done my video. It is only 10:30 in the morning, so it's starting to get a little bit humid, but it's not too bad at the moment. All right, back to my stitching. This is where I am up to. As you can see, the little froggy is starting to come through. That is the middle frog, the one little little reddy brown frog sitting on top of the biggest frog down the bottom. He is starting to appear in there. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it. It is also, out of camera, it's being worked on 16 count Ada, this one. So there we go. I have had some people comment and say that they're surprised at how well full coverages stitch up and look on 16 count. And as I've replied to them, it doesn't matter the count of the fabric, it matters on the skill of your designer. If the designer don't know what they're doing, designing the chart, it is not going to look any good regardless of the count. It's going to look pixelated or blurry or smudged or whatever. It doesn't matter. I have always stitched on, well, I started on 14 count, moved to 16 count, always stitched on 16 count. This one here is 16 count. The only thing is it is massive. That's the only thing. Like if you go to 25 count, 28 count, it would have been a lot smaller than that. But that's the only thing. With a good designer, you will not see a difference between the counts. It's just the size that makes it a little bit smaller. All right, so my next one that I stitched on is this one. Also a Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Greg Giordano. It is called Shaped Wolf. Now it is only the wolf that is stitched. There is no background or anything to this one. And this over. And this is where I'm up to with it. As you can see, this little wolfy face is coming in even more. That's the tail of a bigger wolf that they're in. Yep, that's the tail of another wolf. And then you've got the little wolfy face. You have the head of the eagle or a falcon here that you can see starting to come in. And then down here, well, that's the tip of the tail. And then just under that here somewhere, I think, is a buffalo. But yeah, this is stitching up really, really nicely. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,200 stitches into it. It is being stitched on 18 count hand-dyed Aida that I dyed myself in light terracotta colour. It's not really showing up. The colour's not showing up too well on the video, but it is a light terracotta colour. I didn't just want white behind it because once I finish it off, whether I finish it off in a wall hanging or I frame it or something, I wanted some type of colour underneath it, like in between the... Because you're obviously not going to cut it out like that. You're going to frame it sort of like that. So I wanted the colour behind the wolf. And I wanted something that would match the Native American type of, the Native American feel of the piece. So, yeah. That's where I'm up to. So that is stitching along nicely. Thing I'm finding with, I'm loving the 18 count because it is a smaller count. But because I use CXC threads and they are thicker than DMC, it can get a little bit bulky on the back. It can get a little bit bulky on the back and get a bit hard to push the needle through. It is very full stitching. I think one strand wouldn't be enough coverage. 2 strands is, I wouldn't say too much coverage, but it is very full. The stitching is very full. But yeah, so I'll see how I'll go on 18 count. If I do progress to a 20 count, I think I will try 1 strand of thread, because I do think 2 strands would be way too much on 20 count. Rightio. My next one that I stitched on was this one. Just give me a second, guys. All right, I just had the Jehovah's Witnesses knock on the door. So I went to answer it. I wasn't sure whether it was going to be a a delivery or whatever, but yeah, it was the Jehovah's Witnesses, so had a quick chat to them and set them on the way. All right, so this one, Spirit Guides by Laurie Prindle, charted by Pain Free Crafts. Absolutely love this one. Just love it. All right, and this is where I'm up to. I've got a page finish, first page finish on it. Sarah's pages are quite small, and the other good thing I've noticed is they are perfect 10s on each page. You don't, you know how some, you start off on the 10 and keep going, and when you mark it out, and then like to finish the page, it might be 2 or 3 squares into the next 10. Not with Sarah, it's just 10s right across. So that is easy if you're working on pre-gridded fabric like Easy Count or Easy Guide or something like that. But yeah, so that is it. You can, maybe not. This is the feather, one of the eagle feathers down here, and the medallion that is on the back of the horse starting there. So I've just moved across, and I will be stitching in here in the little wolfie. So yeah, that is where I'm up to, and I worked on it for 2 days and I got 1,300 stitches into it. Some people have commented on how quick I can stitch and how many stitches I can get done. As most of you know, I work 5-6 days a week. I start at 6:30 in the morning, and most afternoons I don't finish till 3 o'clock. And then by the time I get home, feed horses, do all that sort of jazz, have a shower, get some dinner ready for the fam, I generally don't sit down till about 6 o'clock to start stitching. I usually stitch till about 10 o'clock, 10:30. So I've only got them 4 hours to stitch in. And at the moment, on my full coverages, I am not into any huge confetti areas, which will slow me down quite a bit. As you all know, for those that stitch on full coverages, once you hit that confetti, you don't get near as many stitches in. So yeah, that is, and I use Q-snaps, and I use my Gus Deluxe floor stand. So I'm not holding it, I've got both hands free, one on top, one on bottom. So I stitch two-handed. I don't think I do anything different to anyone else. I do each individual cross because that's just the way I work. And I use a revised version, if you could call it, of Stitchin' Mummy's typewriter method. So when I start on a new page, I choose one of the corner squares, and I will just pick the first symbol. I'll stitch it over the whole page, and then I'll come back and I'll pick another symbol and stitch it over the whole page. I have found that has sped up my stitching a bit because I'm not sitting there looking at the page trying to find my next symbol, because what I used to do was I used to choose the symbol with the least amount of symbols on the page. So that took up my time of picking one, choosing, like highlighting it on Pattern Keeper, checking to see how many symbols were on that page and stitching them. Now I might have went through 4 or 5 symbols before I chose one, whereas this way I just choose the next symbol in the square and I just stitch it. It doesn't matter whether it's got the least, the most, or in between, whatever. I just stitch like that. So I do find that has sped up my stitching a bit. I will show you more of that, probably a better visual explanation of that when and if I ever get around to doing a stitch with me. It's a little bit hard to do stitch with me's when you've got a household of family and they're always making noise. So I've got to wait for them to get outside and mow the lawn or something like that before I can get a stitch with me done. But I will do a better visual of that when I get around to do a stitch with me. But yeah, that's how I stitch, and I don't, as I said, I don't do anything special or anything like that. So yeah, why I get such big numbers I don't know, but I usually watch television while I'm stitching, or I'm watching something on Netflix or something like that, or YouTube. I've just got my earbud in and I'm just stitching, and I get into the zone. And yes, I do have, in that 4 hours, I don't just sit and stitch constantly in that 4 hours. I tend to get a restless legs or something, need to stretch my back or whatever, and I get up every half an hour or an hour and have a drink and go to the toilet and what haven't you. So yeah, that's how I stitch. That's how I tend to get the bigger numbers. But as I've also said, it is not about how many stitches you can, or how much you can get done in a day. It is the enjoyment that you get out of the journey of stitching a piece of art. And yes, it would be simple. I've heard people go, oh, you could just go and buy the print of that, for like any of these ones, by like Top Frog and all them, any of your full coverages. Oh, you can just go and buy the print, but they don't understand the enjoyment that we as stitchers get out of starting with a blank canvas and being able to see that picture come to life. And I know for a lot of us it's an escape, or it helps with our anxiety, or it helps with taking our mind off problems that we may have, or it helps keep us, especially our mind, active if you're stuck at home, or not so much stuck at home, or if you're at home because you have health problems and stuff like that. It is an outlet for us, and it's the enjoyment of it. I just enjoy watching that artwork come to life, and I like the fact that I can say I stitched this. Yes, I didn't design it and I didn't do the artwork, but I stitched it. So yeah, that's why I get bigger numbers. But don't worry about your numbers, just enjoy what you're stitching, and it will get finished when it gets finished. Alright, so off that tangent, sorry about the tangent there. Anyway, back to my numbers and stitching. I worked on it for 12 days, and I worked that fortnight, 12 days out of that fortnight, and I got 7,700 stitches done. Alright, so obviously next week I go back to my other rotation, which is Mini Shaman, Protector, Daydream Sea Turtles, nearly forgot the name of that one, Moonrise Song, Bengal Tigers 2, my Tribal Wolf. What am I missing out of that? Stamped cross stitch, which I still haven't managed to stitch on at all this year, and Year in the Woods Sal. Not Sal, Year in the Woods series. Words, not my friend today. So that is my next rotation for the coming fortnight. Yeah, so that is all my stitching that I have done. Got a couple of diamond paintings in my cross-stitching box. Alright, so on to a little bit of haul that I have had. I got my my Silks for You Seasons pack, so I will put in a spoiler here. If any of you have a subscription to Silks for You Seasonals packs and you don't want the spoiler, please fast forward 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it takes for me to show these to you if you don't want to see any spoilers. If you don't mind spoilers, well, just feel free to keep watching. First off, I will show you my February colour of the month from Silks for You. So these, and they came in the same package, so that's saved on a bit of postage. So these are, light is not my friend at the moment. The sun's starting to move across this way, so it's not really. So they're the colours. Might be because I'm trying to show them on a blue background, and most of them are blues too. Alright, let me try this way. And that's a little bit better. No, you can see the pattern through that one. I'm having a shocker. Alright, let me use my diary. It's a neutral colour, so that might be a bit better. Alright, so they're the 4 colours from the Colour of the Month Club for February. We have, individually, we have PR005, PR102, PR103, and PR041. Now I'm thinking this year I'll continue to get this one for this year, the Colour of the Month, and then I might see if I can swap over to the Silks of the Month, because I have a funny feeling you get 4 a month, so 4 12s are 48. I might have to ask, I might contact Jo and ask her to see how long it takes to get the full range of silks, and then once I've got the full range of the silks, I might swap over to the Silks of the Month Club if there's any openings in that one, and just so I don't get too many doubles. I mean, I love them. I don't care about doubles. It just means that I'll have more to use on other on a project if that's the case. But yeah. All right, now we are going to the seasonals. So if you don't want spoilers, look away now. So this is the spring pack to be in line with our Northern Hemisphere compatriots who are going into spring, and we're going into autumn, but it still feels like summer because we're still hitting mid to high 30 temperatures. All right, so these are the 6 colours that you get in the spring pack. And you get a little flower pot needle minder. Very cute. All right, so the colours are, these are all 45 meter skeins. This one is PR135. Now some of these are available in the store and some are an exclusive die just for the seasons packs. All right, we got SCM001. Light is not happening for me. And we have SCM002. The lovely, lovely butter yellow or buttercup yellow. Maybe not quite dark enough for buttercup, but it's a nice buttery yellow. We've got a PR096, which is a variegated orange yellows and like a greeny colour. PR176. And SCM003. Now we have been assured by Joe at Silks For You that the colours are different from last year's, and I don't know, because once I've shown, I can't sort of go and go, oh yeah, this is what we got for the springs pack last year, because once I've shown them to you, I go and put them away in my Silks boxes and just, I don't keep them in their bags. I take them out of the bags and put them in the box. So I can't really tell you what ones, unless I go back to my videos and check out the numbers on them. But yeah, we have been assured that they are different colours. So that is all the haul that I got this fortnight. There was a couple of patterns that I was going to get, and I just held off for a little while. They'll be there unless the designer says that they are retiring them, and then I will go and buy them. I've got enough patterns, I think. But then collecting and stitching are two separate hobbies of the same hobby. So, all right. So that is everything. Because it is my Flossiversary edition, I have got some giveaways for you lovely viewers, just as a little thank you, to say thank you for subscribing and watching me over the last 12 months. and as I said earlier, I hope that I can continue to now the cloud has come over the sun and it's can't win today. Yeah, just to say thank you for being here and for watching my antics. Alright, so I do have 4 giveaways. The first one is a little project bag that I made myself. Now, I have used it a couple of times, so there may be a couple of marks on it, but that is glue. I'll try to get that off. But yes, this is a little project bag that I will be giving away to someone. I will leave that tag on there so you can but yeah, this is just a little vinyl fronted project bag that I made myself. That is the back, and as you can see, that's the front. It measures, this project bag measures 12 by 11 inches. That is correct. So it's only a little one. It's small enough to put a small project or something in. If you want to go in the drawer for this one, just put bag, B-A-G. Simple as that, just bag. The next thing that I am going to be giving away is, years ago I had a friend give me a heap of old cross-stitch magazines and leaflets and pamphlets and stuff like this. When I say old, I am talking 90s, early 90s. So these are ones that I won't stitch myself, and I just thought that it'd be nice if someone else wanted to stitch them. So the first one is this one, English Country Cottages by Cross My Heart Ink. Now, this was printed back in 1991. So it has the patterns for those 5 cottages. 5? It might be more than that because there's some on the back as well. So you get the patterns for all of these in there. They are only paper patterns. They do give you a floss conversion in the front of it. So DMC and Anchor. But it is 91, remember, so you may want to look up your own floss conversion for it. I'm just going to have a quick look. That's the full one. That's the same ones in the front. No? Give me a second. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think I figured it out. Sorry for the rustling. You get the patterns for those 6 charts. So you've got those 2 and those 3, someone can't count, and those 3. So you've got small ones and like your 1, 2, 3 small ones, that's the medium ones, and these 2 are bigger ones that are over 4 pages. So if you want to go in the draw for this one, use the word cottages. C-O-T-T-A-G-E-S. Cottages. The next item that I will be giving away is this piece of fabric that I dyed myself. I will serge the edges of it before I send it off to you. this was originally a piece that I dyed for a long dog sampler that I was kitting up, but it wasn't red enough. I wanted a red colour. I think the one I was kitting up is the chess one. Queen of Hearts. No, it's the chess one with the hand moving the chess pieces and stuff. That's what I wanted it for. I wanted it really dark red. This came out pink, so I re-dyed a piece and I thought I'd just give this one away. So as you can see, it is mottled. It has got a bit of mottling on it. It is 18 count and it measures 20.5 inches by 15 inches. So if you want to go in the draw for this, just use the word fabric. 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 And the last one that I am going to be giving away is another booklet, and it is called More Country Cats. Now, I couldn't find a date on this, but I am assuming it is early 90s as well. Yeah, I can't find a print date on it, but I'm assuming it is early 90s. So it has a lot of cat patterns in it. Also on the back. Some of the example like this. And, oops, don't do that. These ones, and do this without Charlotte pattern, and these ones. So they're all included in it. Like, so there's big ones, little ones, you know, everything in that. All of Country Cats. So if you want to go in the draw for this one, just use the word cats. C-A-T-S. Cats. Simple as. And so that is the 4 giveaways that I will be doing. I will draw them probably on my next Flosstube. If not, I'll do them the one after that, just to give people enough chance. I know not everyone gets around to watching them in that 2 weeks. So whether I do it in the 4 weeks, just to give enough people enough chance to be able to enter. As usual, all the usual Flosstube things for giveaways. Please be over 18. Please be a subscriber. Yeah, don't use any words like freebie, giveaway, anything like that. That is why I don't use any of those words in my headings either. You'll only know about the giveaway if you watch my video right to the end, because I know some people only watch videos for the giveaway. So if they've got if they've got the word giveaway, freebie, or anything like that in the heading, they won't watch the whole thing. They'll just go through until they get to the giveaway section. So I won't even announce it at the start of my video. If you've got this far, you deserve to enter into my giveaway, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, don't use any of those words. I know there has been a thing going around lately that there has been a scam or a bot or whatever it is that will comment on your comment saying, please contact me on this email or on this number or this like messenger service or whatever to claim your prize. don't fall for it. I will personally myself comment on your comment to say that you have won one of the giveaways. And the only way I will ask for your address or anything like that is through my email. And the other thing I'll ask is, if your name is called, please email me or message me on Instagram or message me on Facebook. I know a few of you, we chat over Facebook and stuff like that, so message me through there. I will not ask you to send me money to send you the freebie or the giveaway. That's not... So yeah, don't fall for those scams on mine, on my videos, or on anyone else's videos. I know there's a few that have put some out. I think it was Jeep Girl Stitches and Needlebug, Karen Needlebug. She put out a public service announcement about the same thing. Don't fall for it, please. Just don't fall for it. It's, yeah, they're just becoming smarter and smarter on the way that they want to scam people. And I would feel absolutely terrible if any of my viewers got caught up in one of those scams. So yeah, that is that. So the 4 words is bag, fabric, cottages, and cats to enter. You can use it in a sentence, any of those words, all of those words in a sentence, or you can just use the words. That's fine by me. But as I said, please be a subscriber. I will be able to check that through my YouTube creators account, whether you are a subscriber or not. So yeah. All right, guys, that is me. I think I'm at nearly 53 minutes. That is one of the longest videos that I've done for a while, except for my Stitch With Me's. A lot of rambling in this one, I think. Anyway, guys, so once again, thank you very much for getting this far into the video and watching me all this time, especially for the last 12 months. I know some of you have been with me from the very beginning. Some of you have only joined me in the last couple of months, but it doesn't matter. We are all here. We are all here to enjoy the content that I am showing you, the content that others are showing you. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. It has been a pleasure to do this for the last 12 months, and here's to another 12 months of showing you my work. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. Please, wherever you are in the world, take care and stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.